Hey, welcome back to Collecting Iron Maiden. My name is James, and today on the show we're going to be looking at one of the few releases that Iron Maiden put out with Paul Dianno live. We are looking today at Iron Maiden Live +1. Although Live +1 is fairly well known in the Maiden fan base, not many people have a copy of it. That's because it was released only in Japan originally in December 1980, and it was subsequently re-released a few years later in Greece. It's classified as an EP. As you can see here, it's only got the 4 tracks on it. The Greece re-release from, I think it was 1984, adds a few more tracks. And what's interesting about this one is that it is all recorded from the Marquee Club back in July of 1980. So this is one of the very earliest official releases of Maiden, Paul Dianno or not. Another interesting thing about this release is, of course, the cover. I've removed the obi strip from this one, from the Japanese release, but the biggest difference between this and almost every other Maiden release you can think of is that there's no Eddie. This is actually a band photo of them playing at the Marquee Club live on stage. Let's take a closer look at it. Here's the album. We flip it over to the reverse cover. We've got our Eddie from the first Iron Maiden album. We've got the very unusual sight of 2 exclamation points in the Iron Maiden logo. Then we've got the 4 tracks, as mentioned before, all recorded live in the Marquee Club in England in July 1980. 3 of the tracks are available on other releases that came later, EPs and the like. The first one, Sanctuary, is only available on this release. That makes it pretty special, and it's a very good version of the song too. If you've seen the 12 Wasted Years video, the documentary, which I highly recommend if you haven't, it's one of my all-time favourites for Maiden, you'll see some snippets of the live versions from this EP, but in video form. Phantom of the Opera and Drifter in particular are featured on the 12 Wasted Years in black and white, pretty glorious footage of the band at an incredible energy level. Other interesting thing about this on the rear here is this is the revised release. It says play loud 45 RPM. The original release in Japan, which was only available for a very short time, had a misprint which said pray loud with an R, which is either incredibly racist or kind of amusing depending on your perspective. If we open this up, we have the record there, as you'd expect, but we also have a very special treat inside in the form of a Japanese insert with all sorts of information about the band there. And I think the real gold down here is on the other side, where we see the transliterated lyrics for Phantom of the Opera as an example. And they've taken a few liberties with the translation. The song starts, "This song's for you now that you won't get away from my brain. It looks like it'd be hard if I stay." Yeah, a little bit out there. Here's another example. "You stand here every Wednesday, you wait for the curtain to fall." Okay, not sure that Phantom refers to a particular day of the week. Yeah, interesting stuff, and quite a good chuckle if you have a look. All right, I think it's time to take this puppy out of its sleeve and give it a spin. I really like Iron Maiden Live +1. I think the energy on these songs is incredible. I love the fact that it's a live photo on the front. I love the fact that it's a Japan only thing. But most of all, I love how I came across my copy. I was in Japan recently on a family holiday, and we went into a second-hand store. It wasn't even a second-hand record store, just a second-hand store in a town in the north of Japan called Asahikawa. And there in a cabinet the only record in the cabinet was this copy of Live Plus One, still in the original shrink wrap and still had the original price tag of 1,500 yen on it. So it was absolutely mint condition. I took it up to the counter thinking, well, I know these things go for about $60 US, which is about $100 New Zealand. So I was prepared to pay about that kind of figure. There was no idea, they had no idea what they were actually going to charge for it. So after some confusion and a little bit of them trying to speak English, but mainly me speaking Japanese, we agreed that they would charge me the original 1,500 yen. So I got this for about $9.50 US. So absolute bargain, cool story, and a fantastic purchase. So, is Live Plus One something that you've got in your collection? Maybe it's something you just want to add to your collection. Let me know in the comments below the video, please. If there's something that you want me to cover in the show in a future episode, just let me know. And if there's something in your collection you want to share with me and with the rest of the viewers, pop me a comment and we'll see if we can get you on. Cheers and up the irons.